Hello everyone and welcome to the Captain Platform channel. My name is Anastasia and today I'm going to talk about the main Power BI features that were announced in 2023. As you know, or maybe not, if you're new to Power BI, we have new announcements every month, making it sometimes difficult to follow up with everything that's out. But don't worry, I prepared a summarized version of those announcements with a focus on each month of 2023, ensuring you don't miss any crucial features. Interested? Keep watching. And let's start with January. If you're an Excel lover, this feature is for you. I bet you already tried to export some data within a Power BI visual to an Excel file. The issue you probably had was having some static data and limited to 150,000 rows. So if you needed, for example, to make some monthly analysis, you were probably re-exporting the data every month. Am I right? So since the January 2023 release, you have a brand new option when exporting data from the Power BI service called Excel with Live Connection. What this means is your data is linked to the Power BI data set using a live connection, and in this way it will be always up to date. So of course, if on the Power BI side, you put in place the data refresh. So no more need to re-export the data every month. Just click on that refresh button. And when in Excel, you can, for example, use your familiar formulas that you are used to when working with this data. The next feature I would like to talk about is for our dear Power BI admins, because now you have enhanced access to users' My Workspaces, allowing, for example, to fix issues like dataset refresh failures, manage sensitive data, and ensure compliance in a more effective way. So if some employees are leaving the company, for example, the work they did will not get lost. So actually you can restore a My Workspace to an App Workspace. So in this way, you can ensure that everyone will be able to work on the same data that this person was working on. And finally, about January, if you're working in the multi-language environment, there is an interesting blog that was published in that month about building multi-language reports. So you can use the guidance document, follow the hands-on lab, or check the YouTube video that they put in place. So in this way, you can implement multi-language reports for your company. So don't hesitate to check this out. So let's now switch to February. February has brought us a more user-friendly row-level security editor. So these updates makes it easier for users to manage and implement row-level security in their data, and we have some additional options in the interface to make the work easier for us. Also in February, the Power BI team has introduced several accessible themes, report themes, helping authors in implementing accessibility in their content, in their reports. This development is crucial as it ensures actually that everyone can read and consume the content that we publish in a company. And finally, we got a new option when it comes to conditional formatting. This new feature enables us to check if, for example, a field matches a specific text, or apply some additional options such as starts with or ends with. This functionality is particularly useful for example, highlighting specific categories or focusing on a specific segment in our graphic. And here we go with March. With a March update, Power BI users were introduced to a brand new approach to building and formatting report content. So the new on-object feature allows for direct notifications on visuals themselves. This eliminates the need to go through the long and sometimes complex formatting pain that we were used to till now. So this user-friendly feature aligns with the Office-like strategy from Microsoft, making it easier to adapt this tool, especially for users that come from the Excel world and that are used to format and modify things directly on the visual. So if you need to modify the text, just click on it and modify it so that the title of the visual. If you need to modify the color, the same process can be applied. So this update has significantly streamlined user experience, making Power BI more intuitive and accessible. we also had another great addition to the visuals, the subtitle option. This enhancement is perfect for adding, for example, some extra information such as just a definition or an indication on the year-on-year comparison, or just an extra information that you want to add to your visual. Another much great feature that I would like to highlight is the apply all slicers and clear all slicers options. If you ever found yourself struggling to remove filters from a page, especially when you have a lot of filters on the page and you are not sure either you removed that filter or not, so you're not sure if your numbers are right, you can put in place this button, and in this way, once you click on it, it will immediately clear all selections, so remove all the selections that you made on the page. So in this way, you're sure to that the numbers are not influenced by any slicers. And on the other side, for scenarios where data loading times can be an issue and multiple slicers might cause, for example, some latency, the apply all slicers function is a game changer. So actually, it lets you choose and select values in your different slicers and apply those slicers only when you click on the button. So this approach minimizes loading times and also enhances the overall user experience by reducing the need for repeated data processing. And what about April? April's Power BI update introduced dynamic formatting for measures, a significant enhancement for data visualization. So imagine a scenario where you have some graphs that displays values ranging from small numbers, so you have dozens or hundreds or even thousands, to large values such as thousands or even millions. Traditional label formatting option like none or automatic can lead to a less than optimal user experience, making it challenging to see actually the numbers that are in our graph. Dynamic formatting comes to the rescue by allowing you to define the condition for displaying the values in the most suitable format for each situation. So of course, this is just an example, but you can apply kind of the same logic to different use cases. The April release of Power BI also introduced a valuable tool for developers, the ability to compare changes between different environments when using the deployment pipelines. So in this way, you can better understand what changed from one environment to another and deploy, if validated, from another to another environment. So this is very important because this allows us to check before deploying, especially on production environments. And another great feature, starting with April 2023, you've got the power to edit your data model straight from the Power BI service. You no longer need to open the Power BI desktop to have Power BI desktop installed on a computer. You can do the different actions within the Power BI service. So you can, for example, create measures, columns, relationships, define row level security, and do all the stuff that you are used to doing in Power BI desktop, to do that in Power BI service. So this is also really cool. So here we are in May, where everything changed with the introduction of Microsoft Fabric. So this is an end-to-end unified analytics platform that brings together all the data and data analytics tools that a company needs. So this platform enhances collaboration among data engineers, scientists, analysts, and business users in one single place. During the event, we also got a first look at Power BI Copilot, an innovative feature aimed at boosting user efficiency and enhancing data value. So with Copilot, users can simply describe in natural language what they want to get, and Copilot will do the work in their place. So this can be to create, for example, a report, help with a DAX measure, to summarize some data, and so on. So this development really represents a major leap in making data analysis more intuitive and also more user-friendly for business users that are less technical when it comes to Power BI. And another major announcement from the Microsoft build was the introduction of a Kit integration with Power BI. So really, this was highly anticipated feature for collaborative projects. So this integration is a game changer, especially when you are multiple users working on the same topic, so on the same report, on the same data set. So in this way, you can, for example, revert to previous versions, track changes, and merge updates seamlessly. So this is really a very important feature, and I think that in most of companies we are several people working on the same topic. So this is really very important. And finally, I would like to highlight another May update. So that makes a lot of updates in May. With the introduction of measure-driven data labels, actually offering enhanced customizations for our visuals. So this feature allows for a more meaningful display of the data. So beyond just presenting values in a graph, it enables users to showcase some additional context, adding depth and insight to data visualization. So as you can see, in May, we really got a lot of new announcements and interesting announcements, and this is really cool for the Power BI world and the Power BI community. And now let's move to June, where we discovered the brand new card visual. So it allows for greater customization, such as adding images or adding some tooltips. And my favorite feature inside this feature is the ability to replace the traditional, blank text that was showing, in case you have some blanks in your visuals, with a special value, so value of your choice. So you can either show 0 or nothing, or any other information that you want to show when it comes to this situation. So this is really, really great. June's Power BI update also introduced a new admin monitoring workspace, enhancing governance and compliance capabilities. So, in all the companies, governance is a very important topic. So this tool is crucial for admins to understand user activities, track tenant usage, and also adoption, of course, and support audit for compliance. So this is a very significant addition to help admins in the company to govern and manage the Fabric tenant effectively. Another interesting feature from the June update is the Power BI new developer mode. So actually, this follows the May announcement of the Git integration with Power BI, and actually it allows you to save your Power BI report as a project file, and actually to save the report and dataset definition as plain text files in an organized and structured folder. So in this way, you can use the different, for example, Git integration in order to follow the changes, to merge the different modifications, and to, for example, revert to a previous version. So this is really also a very cool and interesting feature. And now here we are in July, where Power BI introduced a smoothing option for area and line charts, enhancing the visual appeal and readability of our reports and of our visualizations. And also since July, Power BI users on mobile have a bit more power when it comes to data sets, because actually they since July, we have an option to see the different data sets that we have access to. So in this way, for example, we can see the different refreshes. If there was a refresh failure, in this way we can trigger the refresh if there was an issue. And also data set owners receive actually push notifications for scheduled refresh failures. And in this way, they can immediately react and, for example, retry the refresh or get some information on that topic. So this is also really important. And now we are in August. The August update for Power BI introduced a convenient feature for mobile app users. So for example, if you are often using, opening and using a report from your phone, you can set it up as start app content. So this means that your preferred report will automatically open when you launch the Power BI mobile app. So in this way, you don't need to search in the different menus and to look for your preferred content. So this is something really practical. And same month, August 2023, Power BI introduced a new feature for, once again, Excel users, allowing them to easily insert connected tables directly into Excel. So this new feature simplifies adding content from the Power BI dataset to the Excel file in order to, for example, work and do some additional transformation or analysis within Excel. So this integration streamlines the data management process between Power BI and Excel, enhancing really the user experience and efficiency, because we all know that even if we have Power BI, it will be a lot of people that will still, need Excel and use Excel for their analysis. And now we are in September. So in September, the Git integration in Power BI was expanded to include paginated reports. So this improvement brings paginated report developers into the fold, allowing them to leverage their collaborative version control and the overall modern workflow features. So this is also a great improvement for those people who work with paginated reports. And also in September 2023 update, Power BI brought us some enhancements to help users better understand the dataset refreshes. So for example, you can now visualize all the refresh attempts and gain insights into the reason of a failure or of the unusual duration of the dataset refresh. And now let's move to October. Since the October release, companies that have more than 3 working environments can extend and benefit from the new feature that allows you actually to create from 2 to 10 stages when you work with deployment pipelines. So till now we had dev, test, production, and for example, if you want to create a pre-production stage and environment, you can also do that. So in this way, you can validate the content before pushing that to production. So this is also a nice option. And next, while not directly a Power BI feature, it's impossible not talking about Data Activator. So this is part of the Fabric ecosystem, and this tool enhances alerting capabilities with Power BI reports. So it allows you to set a trigger on an item, on a data, and then define actions such as send an email, a Teams message, and even trigger a Power Automate flow. So this is really very powerful, and this takes alerting or on an advanced level, offering greater automation and responsiveness. And this is completely changing the way we were doing before. I don't know if you already tried to define an alert, because this was something that existed before. And actually, you had from a report to pin a visual to a dashboard, and from a dashboard define an alert and to implement this. So that was a bit long, and sometimes you were asking, but why do I need to create a dashboard and so on? So that was a lot of steps, and now you can really do that on directly on a report and a visual and manage all those in the Data Activator. And something else that was introduced in the October release was the improvements on the modeling part in Power BI Desktop. So this, for example, included the introduction of the Model Explorer for better dataset understanding, enhanced productivity tools like search and single page access, and a simplified process for creating relationships. So this is also very powerful. And since the October release, we are able to create calculation groups directly in Power BI Desktop. So before we had to use some external tools, and now we can do it directly from Power BI Desktop. So this is a really cool feature. And in November took place the Microsoft Ignite event, where we had a lot of great announcements, great features, and I'm happy and excited to share those with you today. So previously announced in May during the MS Build, we will be finally able to test the Copilot in Power BI. Maybe not yet for everyone, but it's rolling progressively. So it helps user create reports in the web experience based on a high, explanation in natural language. So for example, we can say, okay, help me create a report for sales, and it will analyze a bit the data that you have and identify the most suited graphs and charts and so on, and create the report page for you. So Copilot also can assist users in understanding the dataset, the semantic model, and suggest topic for their report pages, making the report development process easier and more user-friendly for, I would say, non-technical users. So this is really helpful. And in November, we also had the introduction of new cards reference labels, allowing users, for example, to add some context, some additional information to the new card visual. So this is really very important because the context is something very important in Power BI and in general, when we show some values and make some analysis. Adding some context is very important, and with this new feature, you are able, for example, to add some values, some details, put some coloring based on some conditional formatting, and in this way help users better understand the numbers in your report. And another exciting addition that I really love from November was the new button slicer. That actually is a huge upgrade of the existing button slicer that we have today. So we have a lot of improvements, such as changing the shape, defining different states, adding images. We also can define tooltips. So we have a lot of great features that can really help create an amazing user experience, and that will help them better, filter the data and use the report. So this is really nice. And another cool feature announced in November was the Explore Data in Power BI service. So actually it simplifies data analysis, offering an Excel-like experience for quick insights, making it perfect for example, users needing quick answers or understanding new data sets. So for example, if you want to do some exploration without immediately building a report, you can use this option. And also, for example, if you want to generate a small graph that you will use in an email or in a text document, you can generate it from this pane and afterwards just copy without needing to create a report. So this is also a cool way of discovering things in Power BI. And for those using Power BI Desktop, I am almost sure that you notice that you have a brand new icon on the left side when you're in Power BI Desktop. So that's called DAX Query View in Power BI Desktop. And it's a powerful tool for in-depth data analysis and model validation. So we have a lot of cool features that come with this feature. So it introduces features like quick queries for instant data preview. So for example, users who are used to working with SQL, we select, for example, top 100. So this can also be reproduced with this view. It also has, for example, the expanded DAX editor. So you have really a better understanding of the different measures that you have and queries that you have. And you also had the integrated model updates and the ability to view and update measures referencing other measures. So this is also an important feature. And the final change that I wanted to mention with November updates was the renaming of data sets to semantic models. So everywhere in Power BI service, normally you should now see semantic model in place of data set. And December, the last month, so in December release, Power BI introduced additional formatting options for bar charts and column charts. So users now can modify, for example, the transparency of the field colors, add some borders with customizable colors, widths, and transparency settings. So this will allow us really to customize the maximum our visual. And moreover, Power BI enhances data labels by offering more formatting options. So users can now, for example, replace the default data label with another measure, another label, but also add some context with by using the additional title and detailed card. And in this way, we can really bring the maximum of information and value to our graphs. And those features conclude the overview of the exciting Power BI 2023 updates. So I hope these features will really help you elevate your reporting and user experience. So this is, I think that we have a lot of stuff that can help us with this topic. So it's really nice to see all those cool announcements. And I would also like to many thanks to the Power BI and Fabric teams for making all those possible, for working on all those topics. And it's really great to see in a year how much work can be done and how many possibilities can we benefit from. And what about you? What is your favorite feature that was out in 2023? Don't hesitate to put that in the comments and to make a feedback and maybe specify if there is a feature that you are expecting for in 2024. So this would be great to see your opinion a bit on this topic. And in the meantime, I wish you all happy holidays, a very special new year, and may all your wishes come true. Thank you and see you next time.